In this video, I want to show you another approach to playing strumming in the Evolution Guitar series. Now, using this method, you'll leave the chords mode on disabled because you're going to be playing notes in the main playing range as well as using the single downstroke and upstroke keys. Those keys are mapped to the D1 and D sharp 1 keys on your keyboard by default. Now, the reason I like using this approach is because it's very flexible. It allows you to play notes in the main playing range, single notes or multiple notes, and switch between that and strumming without having to change between the different chord modes in real time. So the other reason that this method is very viable is because we recently added new settings that allow you to fine-tune the single downstroke and upstroke strum keys. These new settings are velocity to strum speed, velocity to strum distance, and strum velocity decay. Now, those settings used to just be hard-coded, and now you can actually fine-tune them. So let me show you how this approach works. You'll start by playing, essentially initiating the chord in the main playing range like this, and then you'll use the strum downstroke and upstroke keys in your left hand to then strum those held notes. So you're sort of alternating back and forth between playing notes in the main playing range and using those single strum keys. Now, the nice part, as I mentioned, is you can combine it with single or multiple notes that don't incorporate the strumming. Here's an example of that. So that's just a quick example of what you can achieve using this approach. Now, of course, there are positives and negatives to this approach. The nice part is you can play everything in real time from your keyboard. The negative side, of course, is you're not able to use the strumming patterns. So you kind of have to practice this approach to get good at alternating between playing in the main playing range and using those strum keys. Overall, I really like this approach because of its flexibility and also because I don't use a lot of key switches, and although you can set the chord modes to key switches and switch between them in real time, I prefer the real-time playability of just playing the notes in your keyboard without having to jump back and forth between key switches. Now, if you're sequencing your guitar track note by note, key switches are a lot easier to implement, so you can be switching between the different chord modes, key switching articulations, and things like that pretty easily. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful, and stay tuned for more tutorial videos.